Is there an option to like install some of it on your hard drive or something? Make it go faster?
You have to download it all.
Yeah, but the Wii U has no frickin' storage space.
Oh yeah, and it's like 16 fucking gigs.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have to get an external
No,
drive.
it's all on my hard drive right now. I had to delete like everything.
But that's like the only thing that you can have.
Oh yeah, I have fucking nothing. I have nothing else.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Yeah, I had the same problem because I downloaded the first day Metroid Prime Trilogy was released on or the first like week it was out. It was only like $9 or $10. So I was like, well, screw this. I'm going to buy this. But it took up half my hard drive, if not even more. So you've been playing this for a while, haven't you?
A little bit.
Did you play the original Wii version?
I own both of them.
Did you play it?
Yes. I own that and the one on the
3DS too?
the 3DS, yeah.
Yeah. I got the Wii version, but haven't had time to play a 100-hour RPG.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Supposedly the core story in this one is like sub-fucking-stantial. Like, it's maybe 15 hours, and the 100 hours is just like every side quest.
Yeah.
Like, people just... Yeah. It's weird.
So from what you played before, I mean, how different is this Xenoblade versus the original Wii version? Like, is the combat way different? Is it just
The combat is exactly the fucking same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, both games had just tremendous environments. I mean, look at where you're running around right now. I mean, this is
Yeah, absolutely.
huge.
Let me change something really quick. It's very dark.
I was going to say, is it dark or is that just a game? Man, look at that sweet new capture card. Oh, there you go. Holy shit.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Much better.
Yeah, I have to fuck around when I play N64 on this. I have to fuck around with that. That's why I had just been playing some
What were you
Pokemon Puzzle League.
Oh, nice. On the N64?
Yeah, on this.
I own that game.
And I also bought Tetrisphere recently.
I have Tetrisphere, but you know what's a really awesome Tetris game? Is the new Tetris on N64. That was a great Tetris game.
It
was called the new Tetris. It was 4-player Tetris on the N64. They also had a new Tetris, I believe, on the original PlayStation, but it wasn't the same because you could play 4-player on the N64 version, and like every single line you made, you had a, collectively, whether you were playing verse mode, single player, didn't matter, but every single line that you made, basically, you got a point for, and then you would add up your lines to build things like the Great Pyramids and
really?
and like all this stuff. So like it gave you incentive to just like keep playing and just to unlock like more shit. Plus like just the game's like interface and the extra modes. It was a great. I mean, at the time, you got the original Game Boy Tetris, which was great game, and then you got this because there's been a million Tetris games, but the new Tetris was fantastic, and it was a super rare game. Well, not super rare, but a pretty damn rare game. If you look it up on like eBay and stuff, it goes for a pretty high amount.
Really?
Yeah, I regret not buying that game. It was basically outside of like the original Game Boy version, and then there was the it was the Tetris game on the Wii. The original Wii Virtual Console was awesome, and then the new Tetris was like the 3 best Tetrises in my opinion ever made. But again, this stream is not about Tetris or the new Tetris.
Well,
This
now
is
I'm
Xenoblade.
on GameStop and I'm looking up new Tetris.
In between matches because the combat is autopilot.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Yeah, or go.
Seeing new Tetris.
No, yeah, it might not be on GameStop. If you go to like eBay, here I'll look it up.
Yeah, you look it up, and I'll actually continue
Play.
to do things.
I totally distracted you.
Yeah, because you're like talking about Tetris.
I'm telling you right now, the new Tetris on N64 is the shit. The new you could buy like a shitty copy on eBay for like $20. I mean, they're going for right around 20.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, that is the Tetris game to play. Yeah, here's a complete version for $32.
See, I would buy a shitty version. I don't really fucking care.
Here's some dude selling Tetrisphere with the new Tetris for, well, it's still got a couple of days left, but it's only at $10 now. But
yeah, I would be one of those guys that would just fucking like bid on something that has some time left, and if they're like, oh yeah, no reserve, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Tetrisphere, however, is not a good Tetris game.
Really?
I don't like. Did you like Tetrisphere?
I've never played it. A friend of mine in college talked about it like it was the greatest game that has ever existed.
That is absolutely not true at all.
All right.
So Tetrisphere sucks. You know what other was a bad Tetris game? Was it was Tetris for the Virtual Boy. And Virtual Boy. It was just called Virtual Boy. Oh, it was just called 3D Tetris. And this game's rarer than the new Tetris. This game will cost you some money. But I own this game too. But what sucks about this Tetris is it goes down like you're looking straight down the shaft versus from like a side point of view because it's 3D and everything.
Weird.
But that game sucked. Was that Shulk in your party?
It's someone who named their character Shulk.
What does that mean?
I named my character Worthless.
Oh, so you just named him Shulk.
Someone else named their character Shulk.
How is someone else's character in your party?
Your characters can be like outsourced to other people.
Oh, online?
Yeah, it's like a really fucking weird.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And it's like everyone that's in your faction, I guess. And it's just like factions are basically job classes.
I mean, one thing that I hesitate about playing both the original Xenoblade and this Xenoblade Chronicles. I mean, when you were just in a battle, and when you get in the next one, I can point it out, but when you're in a battle, I mean, the screen is just littered with just bars and icons, and like there's so much shit on the screen going on at one time. Like, it's a very intimidating game. Like, the combat just looks super complicated.
The first one wasn't this bad, and for some reason this one they just decided, fuck it, let's throw like everything at the only people who are going to be playing are returning characters, or I mean returning players, and it's just like, oh, fuck you, because like this one got really complicated really fucking fast. Like, the other one was not this bad. There was like some hand holding and shit, and this one it's just like, I don't know, between the localization, which they fucked up, and like so the entire point of Xeno games is their pseudo-religious, pseudo-scientific background. And they took that all out. Like, Xenogears is all about, like, Christianity.
Yeah, that was like...
Xenogears and Xenosaga are both all about...
Oh, yeah. See, all the Xeno games have been really complicated. Like, have you played any of the Xenosaga games, like, on PlayStation 2? Those are some fucking...
through the entire first one
Oh
the
man.
Xenosaga, and started playing the second one, and just like totally lost interest. And I have a friend that if you like try to sit down and be like, no, let's talk about Xenosaga, he'll be like, what the fuck do you want to talk about? And we'll like talk to you for like 3 fucking hours.
That is, I mean, I started playing, like, I bought the first one, like, it was actually in, like, a clearance bin
It's
for, like,
about
you know,
20.
$5 or
It's
something.
$20 for
Yeah,
like all of them at this point, pretty much
right.
new.
Yeah, and I started playing it, you know, at the time, you know, maybe by the time, like, number, like, I'll say, like, 2 was out, maybe 3 was getting ready to come out. And I started playing 1, and I was like, I have no idea what the hell is going on with anything. The story, how to fight, like it is. That might have been like one of the most complicated games I think I've ever played. Like, and I remember just trying to play it for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm done.
Maybe modern RPGs just aren't for you.
I don't know. Like, I think I would figure. Like, I haven't played it. Like, I haven't played. I own Xenoblade. I just haven't, like I said, a chance to play it. This game interests me, but I mean, just from a player who's just like watching this and has like no idea, like, because I actually haven't held the controller and like figured it out. Like, it just looks super complicated.
It's really not that bad.
So how does the fighting work? So you just, I mean, obviously it's like Final Fantasy 15, which isn't out yet, but if you play the demo, it's like obviously the enemies are here right in front of you. You don't have to go to like a separate battle screen or everything. You just fight everything right here.
Yeah.
And then what? You just like select the icon at the bottom of the screen and the character just does it?
Action, yeah.
Yeah. So you just kind of hit it and it just kind of goes on like autopilot?
Yeah. And then, like, so they auto attack, basically.
Yeah, yeah. But so you got like one, for like a regular like sword attack, magic, a heal spell or something?
You can change
like,
weapons on the fly at any time.
Yeah. See, that's what also makes things more complicated.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with
know.
the fact that this is a fucking weird and complicated game.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, look at this game is friggin' huge. I mean, you got these wide open landscapes, these huge dinosaur things. In terms of like scope, this has to be like the Wii U's biggest game.
Probably. I mean, what else are you going to play on your Wii U?
I mean, yeah, right. I mean,
I actually have a friend that, like, is pissed off because he bought a Wii U for this game. And it is a fucking... It's the friend that loves the Xeno games.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, like, it's a fucking disappointment in like, to what it was supposed to be, and even, like, what came out in Japan, like, for this. Like, in Japan, this was an M-rated game. All of the Xeno games were, for the most part. I mean, like, the first Xeno Saga game, there's, like, just... did you get to the part where, like, the scientific vessel that you're on gets attacked by, like, weird alien things?
I don't remember. The only thing I remember is, like, this is super complicated, and I don't understand the story, and, like, you're playing as some, like, chick robot thing.
Yeah,
I
did
don't
not
know.
get far at fucking all.
No, not yeah. I played max like an hour and a half.
Okay, so like you're in this one place that basically gets attacked by like fucking aliens is the best way to even fucking put it. And they attack and fucking wipe out almost everyone in, like, on the ship. They just, like, murder everyone. And it's, in the American version, what the fuck? How can... Oh, that's one of my guys. Okay. In the American version, like, there might just be a body or something laying around. In the fucking Japanese version, it looks like something out of fucking Resident Evil. I'm alright, DBZ, how have you been? And it's like this thing that it's just like, there are lots of American companies out there that think that a game has to be rated T to sell. And that if it's not rated T, it's just not gonna sell.
So defensive stance, rising blade.
Yeah, it's all nonsense.
Oh, so I think okay. So you have these little like circle things on the bottom, and when they fill, that's when you can attack with them.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're just. How do you like what you use the D-pad to switch between
Yes.
those different attacks and different actions, whereas you move with the analog stick?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that how Xenoblade was on the Wii?
And the new 3DS.
And that's it. Yeah. So what you get? What looks like 9 abilities or something that you can choose at any one time?
Yeah, and I can go in and swap them if I want to.
Yeah. Okay, that maybe doesn't seem as complicated as I thought.
No.
I thought you maybe had like one universal active time battle meter, but if each individual attack or
Is on
ability
its
has their
own
own,
cooldown.
yeah, okay, all right, that makes sense. All right, I get it. Then you get 4 guys to your party. Then
Yeah.
explain to me, how does that work? Like you can change party members with other dudes online, and that like doesn't jack up the story or something?
I'm pretty sure they like will limit it to what's available for you at.
How does that work? Like you say like, okay, this one guy in my party, I'll kind of like post online, and whoever wants to take him can take him or swap him.
Character. Everyone else's story is.
Oh.
So like Shulk is someone else's fucking main character.
Interesting. So this is kind of a little bit Monster Hunter-ish, fighting big-ass monsters like this.
Sort of, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, like everything is from Japan at this point is sort of
Yeah.
Monster Hunter.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think this is like a boss basically. Like this is a mission that fucking someone gave to me, and they're like, kill this giant fucking cicada.
So the red dots on the radar are the big enemies that you have to kill.
They're
where it's
enemies. They're just enemies.
So how do you know if you got a quest? There'd be like a little indicator on the
look
map.
at this guy directly above him. There's
the green.
Yeah, there's a green exclamation mark.
Oh, so you just gotta follow the green stuff. For
Yeah, it's fucking World of Warcraft rules. Mm-hmm. Well, like also on the map, there'll be an arrow pointing to.
Okay.
The music is fucking awful.
Is it?
Oh, it is
That's-
not good.
I wouldn't. Didn't you even get the soundtrack? If you
don't even fucking bring up the soundtrack to fucking people. So they released the soundtrack, but it's on a USB, and when you put the USB in your computer, it creates a virtual drive that you can't remove.
No, really?
Yeah, it's like this crazy DRM.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, and it's like, it's on your computer for fucking ever until you format it.
And you probably have to have the drive plug. You can't just like save it to your hard drive, can you?
Yeah, and people like, of course, fucking cracked it like 5 seconds into it.
Wow.
Because like, I can tell you
Well,
how
they-
to fucking crack a virtual drive.
Yeah, I
All
mean
it
they
is
did that
is,
because
like,
right.
this super obnoxious like attempt DRM.
That was the big deal with their special edition. Was they get this USB drive with the
The special USB drive.
yeah, which is like in the weird shape,
Yeah.
But that was like the whole gimmick. It didn't seem like a great pre-order incentive
Well, and
to me.
there's an art book, but like in all
Yeah.
honesty, like I am not a huge fan of art books. I've been burned so many times on fucking, oh, this comes with an art book. I've just like, there's so many fucking times that I'm like, oh, cool, an art book. That like, it like, I even have friends that are like, oh, hey man, it comes with an art book. Those are pretty cool. And I'm like, no, they're not.
I feel like art books are kind of like the easy way out. Like it's like, okay, we already made the game, we already have the art done. Let's just put it on a piece of paper and put it in book format.
A lot of art books. Well, and here's the thing: like, I own legitimate art books of stuff, like of anime and things, and a lot of it is original art that just kind of
Yeah, that's different.
that
But if
yeah,
you're
like that never saw release, or like, oh well, here's like a side story that didn't get animated, or like all this other shit. And it's like those art books are worth the money you spend on it.
yeah,
And then and that's kind of like, I grew up buying like video game art books and like anime art books, and then you get these art books and you're just like, fuck you.
yeah, if you're gonna do an art book, you got to do it the right way by making like exclusive content to that book. You can't just be copying and pasting,
It's
stuff that's
things
in
that
the
are basically
game.
in the fucking manual.
Right, like it's no big deal if you look. What's the difference if I look at it on the page versus on the screen?
Or like it's fucking pre-release fucking content.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
like
and
you,
my other favorite one is, oh, well, we'll give you a code for a digital art book, and it's like, yeah, you go fuck yourself.
yeah, that's even worse. That's just like, let's just make here's a PDF that
And that's exactly what it is. It's like,
Yeah.
here's a PDF.
it's not even printed that I can like put on my shelf or my coffee table or anything. Again, that's art books. If you're gonna do it, I think you have to do it the right way. Otherwise, it's like taking just the cheap way out to, hey, we already have this content. We could just put it in on a page and call it a day and call it an extra pre-order bonus that might give incentive to pre-order, but I'd rather have something cool. Give me a poster, give me some free DLC or something. You got a ton of missions.
Well, there is literally a mission board you can go to that just generates fucking missions for you.
So what the hell's the story with this game? Like you crash land on this planet, you got to get off?
No, Earth, and this isn't a spoiler. This is like the first 45 seconds of the fucking game.
Right.
Earth is gone. Earth exploded.
Okay.
The aliens, like, 2 unknown fucking alien forces show up and just nuke Earth. Like, they have this huge battle, and, like, between the two of them, while they're fighting, they just destroy Earth. And, like, I guess, like, the government sort of knew they were coming or something, and didn't really have enough time to, like prepare, like, an adequate defense, so what they did is just fucking built spaceships to get everyone the fuck out. And your spaceship is one of the only ones that, like, got out, period. So, and then, like, you're fine, I guess you were fine for, like, 3 or 5 years or something, and then, like, the aliens basically found you and attacked the ship. And, like,
and
you
all right.
just
So you were just floating. So you were just floating in space. So you got attacked.
you were, like,
and now
looking for a new planet, and then you get fucking attacked again, and you crash on a habitable planet, so you're just like, good enough.
So you just happen to land on this planet here.
Yeah.
So then is like the ultimate goal then to like get off, or you got to like reestablish like colonies? Like, is there a
right now
bad guy you got to kill?
Is the goal. Like, there is, like, nothing else. Everyone's just like, getting to tomorrow.
Yeah, do we know what the end game is? Is the end game like to get off the planet eventually, or do we not know that yet?
Where the fuck are you gonna go?
Yeah,
like, there is no Earth.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, I didn't know if you got to like gather parts to build a new spaceship or something. Like
at this point, you're literally like, one of the things you can do is gather parts of the spaceship that you crashed it from.
What are these gems you're picking up now?
Oh, they're just like treasure chests, kind of.
That looks like the Metroid Samus symbol.
Right?
Did you see that?
Yeah. No, I was completely blind for that 1 second it was on screen.
I'll start things at range. Sliding slinger. Green edge hammer. Ready? Too bad. Furious blast.
Because the original Xenoblade, you were like fighting on or living on the back
You were
of like
fighting
two
on
giants.
two giants, yeah. The Mechanics.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the so what? Like, and like those giants like killed each other and they were both dead and like what's the end game in like the original Xenoblade? Like you want to get off the giants? You want to like
well, no,
revive
the giants,
the giants?
as far as you know, is all there is. Everything else is just like a fucking massive ocean.
Shadow strike. Furious blast.
It's fucking huge. Like those giants are like the size of like most other fucking video games, like
Right.
like entire world. They your end game in that is kind of, well, you're being attacked by robots. Like it's the battle of organic versus robotic is
Huh.
the main plot of that game.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So you got to try to like kill them all, or
No, your organics are losing.
yeah.
So once again, it's like you're just trying to fucking live.
I need to see if somebody writes like a 1 to 2 page summary about the whole like Xenoblade. You know, here's what happens in the game. Just a quick like Cliff Note version.
I'm sure there are hundreds of them.
Yeah, I got to check that out.
Yeah, like Xenosaga, I don't know if there is a 1 or 2 page.
Yeah, is that there's I don't think there's a way to summarize the Xenosaga games.
No, Xenosaga, it just kind of seems like, from my experience with it, it's like, well, we could sum it up, but it's going to be like 800 pages.
Yeah, right. That's the summary version. Yeah, the original Xenogears, Speak of the Devil, is on sale right now on PSN this week for like $4 or something, $3 maybe.
I think it's less than that even.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick that up.
It's really good, but it's also really long, and they did not give it like the last like third of it is rushed. Is calling it rushed?
Yeah,
is being cut.
right. Yeah, that's what I heard. Like they had to like finish the game like real quick for some reason. I forget what it was, but
Square said this has been in development forever. Like it's going out the fucking door.
yeah, the people who played the original Xenoblade or the original PS1 game at the time, what is that, like the late 90s or whatever that came out?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it was very late. Yeah.
People liked it. I wonder if it holds up now.
It does. I've played a bunch of it recently. Really? Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm gonna check that. I mean, for like, let's say $2
like,
or whatever.
Sort of very early cell shading. So, like,
yeah,
it still looks good in a lot of areas.
Yeah, that was one of the few Square games that I didn't play in the golden PS1 era of Square games. Square was coming out with just great. I mean, the PS1 era could arguably be the best time Squaresoft had with, Final Fantasies.
I don't even
7,
think I would
9,
fucking argue.
Tactics, Vagrant Story, Brave Fencer, Musai, like the list goes on and on. But I never played that original Xeno game on PlayStation, but I had like buddies who played it, and they're like, "Yeah, it's a good game. I played it.
It's phenomenal."
Yeah, there's nothing really like it at the time too, because it's kind of like it's like you're in a mech and you're like overworld combat or something, but then there's like some really heavy dialogue.
Right before they got rid of like overworld shit too.
Mm-hmm.
It's the last like chunk of the game. It literally is like story dump, like you're reading like almost an essay on what happened.
Yeah.
In between the two, and then it's like, and here's this fucking major battle, and it's like it's basically boss battle, story dump, dungeon, story dump, and it's like, wow, guys.
Yeah,
My knowledge of Fist of the North Star is limited to one movie I saw once that I'm pretty sure was the Cliff Notes of like the first chunk of it.
They made a game. I mean, there's been a ton of Fist of the North Star games, but I think there was.
Yeah.
I think there's specifically one called Ken's Rage, and I think it was actually on Xbox 360, like not too long ago, maybe like a couple years, and it got horrible review, like 2 out of 10.
Anime games almost always get terrible reviews.
It was just a really bad fight. If I'm thinking of, I know it was a Fist of the North Star game. I just don't know if it was like Ken's Rage or what.
Well,
but there was one.
There's a JoJo's game that came out. That
That was originally on PlayStation 1, and then they ported it to XBLA.
Well, it was on Dreamcast. There was one that was on Dreamcast.
Oh yeah, and it was on Dream. You're right. Yeah, and it was also on Dreamcast. Yes.
And like fighting game, people love that game. But
yeah,
like,
it was kind of like a brawler.
Yeah, and it reviewed like ass.
Yeah.
And it's just because it's cool to fucking hate on anime.
Right. It's easy. I guess it's easy to write it off if you don't understand what the hell's going on, like me. But
yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing, and it's like no one's gonna be like, anime. It's all about like cartoon porn, right? And it's like, no.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of the time, it's about two guys beating the shit out of each other.
What happened to your fourth party member?
Oh, there's
there it is. Oh, I thought I only saw 3. I mean, you walk around like your character would just moving around this overworld. You like walk really fast and you jump, really high. They gotta. I mean, with these huge environments, you have to walk fast and stuff. Like,
yeah, you would.
I heard that later in the game, you get like a ship or something, and then you can
get a mecha.
You get a mecha, yeah. And then you could go wherever the hell you want. You can walk really fast, go wherever you need to, exceedingly fast.
360 and PS3, I'm being told.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, Ken, that's what I'm talking about. I think they even had, because I think it was a demo, because I think I played the demo and I was like, wow, this is a fucking terrible game. And that was released, I want to say like 2 years ago, so it was like late in the 360's life cycle, maybe 3 years ago or something, but it was like, a later game. And I was like, man, this is just a bad game that shouldn't be made this late.
Well, that's the thing, is like a lot of the time shit like that you'll be like, oh man, like this should have come out like
feels like a launch game.
Yeah, like way earlier.
Then it'd be a different story.
In Japan, it was that, and it's just like, oh, it's only seeing localization now because people think the install base is high enough. And it's
you don't take fall damage here?
No, not really. Oh, there's also a Ken's Rage 2.
Oh, well, I didn't know about a sequel.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for the best. If you were to say, somebody's hasn't played a Xeno game before, would you say start with like the Wii version or the Wii U Xeno, Chronicles
play
X?
Only the Wii version.
Really?
Yeah, do not play this one.
So not worth a full price, or pick it up for like $30 if you ever see it. I mean, I doubt this game is ever going to drop in price because it's like a Nintendo backed game, right? But and those games usually don't go down in price, but if you see it for a cheaper price, would it be worth it?
Not really. Oh, they openly admit it's a cheaply made game, I guess.
I'm looking on, let's see here. a bunch of people rated it like 4.4 out of 5. You're looking at an 80+ hour game.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
People are fucking idiots.
Let's see what Metacritic has to say.
Look up, like, if you actually go into any depth on the localization issue, like, the localization issue, everyone's like, oh, it's just because the little girl doesn't have, like, you know, like, skimpy clothing, and it's like, actually, that's oddly, like, the least concerning thing about the localization. Like, they took out anything that could be considered, like, not even mature, like, violent, as much as, like, mature, you know, this might be a little much for a fucking for a kid. They took out everything.
So the Metacritic score is currently sitting at an 84, with the Metacritic user score sitting at an 8.8. That's pretty damn high. People seem to like this game. The original Xenoblade got low 9s.
Yeah,
so
the original one is
the
significantly
Wii, yeah.
And
some people gave it perfect scores, hundreds, tens,
yeah,
10s,
and you
90s. RPG fan, 90s.
That doesn't surprise me, but in the same instance, like everyone that I've read, like if you go to the forums, it seems like all of those scores were submitted before they beat the game. Like, you'll sit there and be like, oh, they didn't fuck up the localization that bad. It's, you know, it's like Homer and when he's chasing the pig. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, just a little dirty, it's still good, it's still good.
Right.
It's like, supposedly, so there's like 10 chapters or something. By the time you hit, like, it seems like the consensus is by the time you hit chapter, like, 7 or 8, the plot is just fucking done. Like, everyone's like, no, it's just not good at that point. And it's like, it just falls apart. So...
Well, I mean, that's a problem with these long-ass games, is if you're trying to play an 80-hour, 100-hour RPG, you need
the thing is,
80 hours
like,
or 100 hours of
saying
CDN.
that the game, like, if you critical path it, it's not a 100-hour game.
Oh, yeah. If you just do the main story, well, sure, that's like almost every RPG, you know, but you got to do some of the side missions and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but in the same instance, I need a fucking map. Let's see if I can get...
Are you using the like the Pro controller or the gamepad?
I'm using the Pro controller right now.
If you use the gamepad with the screen, you get like a map on it or something.
Yeah,
is the screen
It's
helpful?
not super fucking helpful. I'm just trying to figure out where the fuck, like, the village is, so I can go back there.
Can't you? Can you scan the Shulk amiibo? Does that do anything for this game? I don't think this game has amiibo compatibility, does it?
I have no fucking idea. Yeah, I don't think it was on the box.
Huh.
What did you not like about... This is actually not Dark Flame. This is Zach. He is one of my fellow writers on MyGamer. What did you not like about Ken's Revenge?
Oh man, I got to go back and play it now. But I just remember not liking it. It was just a bad fighting game because I think it was a 3D fighter. Versus a 2D fighter, and it was. I mean, I think I want to say I played the demo on.
And you said
360.
It felt like a launch game that had gotten
Yeah,
into
pretty
like,
much.
The end
Yeah,
of
I mean,
the fucking life cycle.
I would have to go back and I would have to play it again, but I was like, this is pretty terrible. I can't remember specifics, but I just, this is not good.
Yeah, it was a 3D beat 'em up. It. Yeah, I mean, for a budget game, like, that's also, like, another one of those things is that, like, I don't know, like, budget games are sort of not for everyone a lot of the time. Like, zombie
Yeah.
versus ambulance versus zombie. That was a budget, they're called the Simple 2000 series in Japan. And it's like this really obscure game where you're an ambulance driver in a zombie-infested world. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of a shitty game, but they sold it for like 20 bucks at launch in Japan, so like, what the fuck you expect?
Xenoblade Chronicles X, I guess, doesn't have amiibo support. I'm getting it confused with the Xenoblade Chronicles 3D on new
Yes,
3DS.
that
That
does
you could
have
I guess you tap it and
you get a
tokens
trophy.
can
That's
tokens can be used to unlock music and animated 3D models of various characters. Doesn't sound too great.
No, it's like super, like, kind of tacked on last minute.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, so the young character that you have, there's a mech walking across, and she literally sits there and goes, "Oh yeah, look at how sexy that thing is. Yeah, shake it, baby," to a mech. And it's just one of those things that, like, I'm just watching it and going, that's not what she said. And it's like, there are very few times that I can watch, like, a dubbed or subtitled anime and just sit there and go, that's not what they said.
Yeah.
With, like, absolute certainty.
Yeah, I mean they got to you got to know their audience, maybe tone it down.
But that's the thing, though, is it's like, instead of sitting there and saying, you know, oh, you know, maybe the people who are going to want to play this game are, like, more mature, they said, let's just throw away this script and make it silly. And it's like, it's weird because they'll do that with anime too. Like, there's an anime coming out that's being released by Netflix, and they're, like, completely reworking the entire thing so it's geared towards, like, young children. And it's like, well, the beauty of it in Japan was, it's like when you watch a Disney movie and it's like, it's geared towards young kids, but adults can watch it too, because it's not like they're fucking hiding shit from you.
Yeah.
And it just seems like most American companies, especially Nintendo, can't walk that line with localization between, like, let's just be silly gooses and, like, you know, not treating kids like they're fucking morons.
Yeah. The Lucas amiibo comes out next Friday.
Oh, really? Is that... So, are all of the core fighters released?
No, we got Lucas. Well, almost.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, the DLCs now. So you got Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas was DLC, wasn't he?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Lucas was DLC. Then you got all the core fighters are out now. Yes, and then you got Roy and Ryu in March.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy any of the DLC characters past the core, I don't think.
No.
No, I got Mewtwo, but I kind of don't consider Mewtwo a DLC character. Like,
Because he was in Melee?
well, no, like, because he, like, it was like a gift for buying both games. Does that make any sense?
gift for buying both games.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mewtwo. Like, they gave
oh,
you Mewtwo
yeah. Oh,
because
yeah.
you had bought,
Alright.
like,
Yeah, the Club Nintendo deal. Yeah.
um,
Am I right?
who knows, though.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Wow, that was like someone saying their famous last words. Those walls are 100 meters thick. There's nothing that could climb over them.
Guess what?
These environments are just huge.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, they seem to be filled with stuff. So it's not like you're just running around like a big empty space, but
Ew, there's no way to restore your health in battle. Fuck that.
What's up?
Now I'm just running around and completing missions.
do you have to go back to the source to complete your mission? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like you have to talk to someone.
Mhm.
Yeah, just be glad you can't hear the fucking music.
Yeah, you have to play or watch the stream here with no sound. But
Oh, dude, the music is not good.
how was it in the original Wii version? Better?
Yeah, very orchestral, very Japanese anime is probably the best way to put it.
I like how this dude just jumps like Matrix style, like between buildings. You know, like how Neo is jumping like off roofs and
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like the full blown, like the big arm and leg kicking kind of motion when you're jumping. You know?
In like slow motion. Yeah.
Yeah. Cutscene.
It's literally like watching this lift off and touch down.
Oh yeah.
I shouldn't really have to fucking confirm this. Oh, that was fucking spellbinding. But yeah, they do make really good fucking environments. No, like a lot of the localization in this is fucked up. If you listen to any of the main story, all of the main story, it feels forced. It doesn't feel like someone had kind of put a lot of thought into what people want.
I mean, the thing is I think the Wii U like needs this game because there's really no.
Well, and that's the thing is it's like
there's no original IP Wii
that's
U
what all of the
RPG.
reviews feel like of like, oh, but they need this game, so it gets a free pass because like it just had to come out, and it's like, no, it didn't have to come out.
I mean, there's really nothing else like it exclusive to the Wii U. I mean, 360 and everybody's got all the, the Skyrims and the Fallouts and things like that. Like, this is as close as you're going to get to playing something like that on a Wii U.
So, Monster Hunter stuff for you.
Monster Hunter stuff?
Yeah, you can actually like develop new shit.
Oh.
And I'm not like going out of my fucking way to find. Oh! Yeah! 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 Literally a song in this game.
Is that, as I was going to say, is that the music that's going on right now?
Yeah! 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 Oh! AVGN.
Angry video game nerd.
Oh, the fact that you knew that offhand.
I've seen his videos. He hasn't posted anything in like a long time, at least not that I've seen. Because he used to be on game trailers,
Oh,
but then
did
I
he?
think he went. I think he went solo. But then he's got
Yeah.
like his own. He's got like his own.
I know he has a
Like
video
we.
game, and I ended
Yeah,
up
he's got his
getting
own like I think it's on like the eShop.
Yeah, and it
Maybe on like PSN or something or Steam. I never played it, but so today I just posted my review of The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes.
Oh yeah.
Uh it's better than I actually thought it was going to be, to be honest with you. I bought it because it was on sale. It was a one-day only sale, and I bought it for like $25 or something like that.
I still hold it against you that you didn't go to Fry's and spend fuck this Dole song. That you didn't go to Fry's and like buy me that fucking $10 little Busters. LBX.
I think it was actually like $5 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Fuck yourself.
it's,
I will never forgive you.
I mean, Fry's has killer, one-day sales. Something. That's why they had the Amiibo Animal Crossing 3-pack for $15. That was the same. That's why I went, because I was like, okay, I'll get the stupid Amiibo pack that I'm never going to use, and I'll get Triforce Heroes for cheap. It's never going to get any cheaper
Have
than
you
this.
been opening your Amiibos?
Yeah, I got them all. I have all mine open, minus the Shovel Knight, which I just bought today because I didn't have a chance.
Now,
But
have you
apparently,
trained them or do you open them?
in Smash Brothers, I've got like half of them up to like level 50.
Okay.
So I was using them, yes, but and then the other day actually, I bought because I don't have a new 3DS, but I bought the Amiibo near field communications port that you can use with the original 3DS. So I used that to scan in my Fire Emblem characters in Codename Steam. But the problem is you can, from what I could tell, and I could be wrong, but you can only use them in online verse matches. And what sucks even more is you have to scan them in every single time. You can't just like scan them in once and then you permanently unlock them.
Really?
So it's like, oh, I'm like, this is dumb. And so I didn't even like play a match with them or anything, because I was like, I don't want to deal with this right now. But plus I just wanted to test it out, just to make sure that how it works and everything. But
Yeah, that it works kind of thing.
yeah, because I just wanted to see, what's up. I was thinking about writing an article about it. There's not too much to write about. You just kind of power it up and use it. But maybe I'll do that when I get some time.
No,
But
I'm not caught up with that anime snob videos.
But apparently the Shovel Knight amiibo, which again just like launched like last week or whatever, apparently you can use it. You could scan it into the Wii U Shovel Knight game without having to open the packaging, because apparently they did not put that like tinfoil metal little strip at the bottom of it.
I wonder if it's because people like were getting annoyed that you couldn't.
No, apparently the Shovel Knight, because it's like a third party, had ran into some like manufacturing issues or something like that. Like that's the rumor. And along the way, I don't know if they just like forgot about it or they just said screw it, it's a third party, I don't care. But apparently you can. I haven't. I don't have Shovel Knight on Wii U to test it out, but apparently that's the rumor going around right now.
That's
so you could
funny.
So you could keep it in the package if you want.
The only reason that they sell for so much fucking more in the package.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No one wants to buy an open.
Yeah. Do you?
No. I mean, unless it was like dirt cheap, then okay.
Yeah. If it was like $5, like fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Then, but not right.
No, not if they're like full price. It's like, oh hey, here's a go fuck yourself ticket. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Amazon had the Chibi Robo amiibo for like $7.
Really?
And then, and Lucina popped up online last night too for a little bit. So who knows? Lucina's and maybe Robins will come back soon.
Not Robins, but Donkey Kong was back in stock today.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong. I mean, you back in the you could get Donkey Kongs, but then people started snatching them up,
Yeah.
and then he
because
became rare.
Yeah. Because they dropped him to $9.99. Like, if he was still full price, no one would fucking want that thing.
Yeah, people were just snapping up whatever they could at the time.
Yeah. I think that will probably Donkey Kong. I didn't snap him up when I saw it come in, because I saw him come in, I'm like, yeah, he's probably going to be easy to find pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think that's been a relatively good run.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, that's a pretty good look at Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's Gilman says here to go play the original Wii version instead.
I do. Do that and not this.
Not this. Or if you're listening, go to PSN right now and get the original PS1 version for like $3 or something. It's on sale.
Yeah. This is Dan Gilman. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Gilman. You can follow my activities on my personal website. It's varms.net. Or check me out on MyGamer.com, where all this fun stuff is posted. So yeah.
I am Zach. We both write for MyGamer.com. Go check out that website. That's where we post everything. That's where we post our streams. I just posted a bunch of reviews and news today. My personal site is squallsnake.com. And then you could follow me on the Twitter at ZachGaz. ZACKGAZ.
All right. And we will be back next week.
Game on.